How heavy a weight should you use on a plastic worm when you're fishing grass beds, and why? Wow, that's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. June 11. That's right, June 11. And I cannot be remiss if I didn't start this out by wishing my baby girl, Sherry, happy birthday, baby. I'm telling you, I'm not telling anybody how old you are. I have enough wisdom in my brain to not to know better than that, but I'm thinking somewhere in the 30s. I'm not real sure. I know exactly when she was born. I'm not going to tell, but I'm telling you, I've said many times, I've got the most wonderful kids in the world, and I know millions of dads think the exact same thing, but they're just fantastic. Jamie and Sherry, they've worked in our company ever since they was 8 or 10 years old. You're not even allowed to work kids as old as those kids, as young as those kids started working. Jamie runs our Tracker Marine dealership, or Mercury dealership. He runs our Kawasaki dealership, mules and jet skis and three-wheelers and four-wheelers and three-wheelers. I'm really dating myself there. Most of you never even seen a three-wheeler. But Jamie runs all that, and Sherry, of course, runs our Subway shop. She handles all my personal schedule and her books, and besides that, she's a successful real estate agent, sells a lot of houses up in the Cherokee County area, and is a wonderful wife to her husband, Dr. Jack, she's just an amazing girl. Happy birthday, Sherry. I know that girls, once they get past a certain age, they don't want to have more birthdays, but they love those birthdays when they have them, even though they're not looking for any more. They love them. They love the meal, the attention, the gifts, and I'm going to tell you, Jack really knows how to give. I keep telling her, will you quit giving her all that stuff? You're making all the rest of us look bad. Give her something simple, like a couple boxes of shells or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're looking at June 11. Romans 7:15. By the way, if you're not subscribed to Catch of the Day channel, go and hit that subscribe button right now. If you are, share this with 4 or 5 of your friends and tell them this channel will change their lives. It will make them a better person. Romans 7:15. This is Paul, the Apostle Paul speaking, and he says, I do not do what I want to do. I do the things that I hate. Are we guilty of that? Yes, sir, we are guilty of that. I do not do what I want to do. I do the things that I hate. What do we hate? What did Paul hate? He hates sin. We don't want to sin, but we do. We don't want to sin, but we do. Here's what I wrote about that. To me, Carolina rig worm fishing is about as close as you can get to not going fishing at all. And I know a bunch of you are going to write me a comment and say, Jimmy, I love it. I catch a million of them that way. It's my favorite way to fish. Can I tell you, to me, it's not. It's a tremendous technique. It really catches fish. In addition, it's very simple to learn, and it's very, very easy to do. But for me, it's a little like watching lily pad flowers open. You ever look at a field of lily pads and wait on the buds to open up? It's really pretty when it happens. You want to sit there a while watching. Paul complained in Romans 7:15, that he committed sins that he hated. He committed sins that he hated. He committed sins that he preached against, he preached about. I think probably every preacher in the world's done that, because I know I've listened to a lot of sermons when I know the preacher very, very well, because we get very, very close to our preachers, our pastors. We always have. We're very close to our one right now, Chopper McCartney here at Midway Hills Baptist Church. Very close to him. He was here this last not last Saturday night, Saturday before last, I guess now, when we had our crawfish bowl. I mean, we're very close to our preachers, and so we know them well. We know sins that they commit, and we know they hate those sins. We've heard them preach against those sins, and yet we know. But preachers are always preaching to themselves as well. Paul complained in Romans. He committed sins that he hated. We're probably the most guilty of this. Listen to this. Pay attention. In close personal relationships, such as with our family. We seem to treat those we love the most, with the most disrespect, the most anger, and the least compassion and affection. I know men that will cuss their wives out, women that will cuss their husbands out, that never say a cuss word in public. Never do. Let me read that sentence again. We seem to treat those we love the most with the most disrespect, the most anger, and the least compassion and affection. Here's what I want us to look at today. When something goes wrong today, bite your tongue, swallow your pride, and speak words of love and encouragement instead of harsh and ugly words. And we need to do that with everybody we meet all day long, but let's just make it a point to do that with our family, with our husband, our wife, our kids, our family, our closest to us people, our mom, our dad, our grandma, our granddad. When they say something or do something that just makes you want to growl. Chris is growling at me a lot now. It's so cute. I laugh every time she does it. That makes her growl even more. And how she does it is she's trying to get her brain to react with her mouth, and so she says a lot of things I can't understand, and I shouldn't be laughing at her. I know that, but she'll say something, and I'll go, honey, you want to drink water? And she'll go, and growl at me like a mama cub bear or something. I get so tickled at her doing it. I love her so much. But if we just do this with our family, when your family does something, any of them, your kids, your grandma, your granddad, your mom, dad, particularly your husband or wife, that just bugs you, just sets you off. Here we go. Swallow your pride, bite your tongue, speak words of love and encouragement instead of harsh or ugly words. Can I tell you, if you do that today, guys and girls, you might just have a better night tonight. You know what I mean. Okay. Here's our tip for today. Happy birthday, Sherry. I love you, baby. Here's our tip for today. Slow a worm down with a 1/8 or even a 1/16 ounce weight over grass beds, where you can fish that worm slow. You let that worm sort of just hit on top of that grass and not penetrate down through them. Now, there's a lot of times you want to penetrate with a heavier weight all the way down to the bottom, but a light weight fished around on the top of it, that's the way we're catching a lot of bass right now, right here at the Eagle. We're fishing a worm slow around a lot of the floating grass beds and submerged grass beds, and we're smoking them on it. It's a great, I wrote that tip right there, 2005. It's a great tip that's working this week, right now, at the Eagle. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. Speak words of love and encouragement instead of harsh and ugly words. And remember, and you might just say this too to somebody that said something ugly to you, and remember, I sure do love you.